and now more and more in the Western world, it's often referred to as par, tanden or dantian. And when we suck this area in, we actually compress and we get compromised in one of the most important places in our being, which is our physical center, as well as in many traditions is seen as our emotional and spiritual center, just a few inches below the belly button and in. A great neutral place to return to and to feel the breath there. A great place to breathe into. And I encourage you, next time somebody tells you to take a deep breath, to focus more on the exhale, the letting go component, the surrendering to life as it is, as opposed to taking life, you take it in, but then you also need to let it go. And we also let go of a lot of toxins when you exhale. So each time as you exhale, you're actually cleansing your body, you're cleansing your system. The exhalation is more important than the inhalation. You can practice this right now. If you exhale fully, notice the next breath just comes in by itself. If you inhale very deeply, still it doesn't mean that you will be exhaling fully afterwards. So I encourage you also to give more of your interest to the exhale and the letting go, and to just say yes to life as it is, whatever it is, whether you're in traffic, or whether you are sitting at a talk, or whether eating a wonderful meal, surrendering to life. And then there's the next breath, the next moment. So breathing is important, and of course there's many different practices that you can do. At the Institute in Puerto Rico, we have a class dedicated to breathing. So at least 1 hour you are learning about the importance of breathing and all the toxins that you're releasing and what happens in your body when you take a full breath, and then you're guided through a long breathing practice. Breathing is so important for our physical, emotional, and mental health. Very often you see in human beings that are breathing very shallowly into their chest, and there's not much happening in their bellies. You can see how they are usually either creating or have already created feelings of anxiety, often stress, insecurity, and fear. It lives in the chest, a short and quick breath right here. And you can see in babies, or you can see in people that experience deep, peaceful states, how they're breathing slowly and deeply into their bellies. A full, deep, diaphragmatic breath. It's just natural. They don't have to think about it. However, we can use the breath to also change our emotional state and our mental states. And so our breath responds to our thinking and to our emotions, and we can also use our breath to move our emotions and our thinking into calmer states of being. So the breath is very important. The breath is the golden key for accessing our genuine state of being and influencing that state when we choose to. When we tell ourselves that we are fine, yet our breathing is short and quick, then we can use that awareness to more honestly experience that situation. So number 3, so we have 1, be here now. Number 2, oxygen, air. Number 3 is a shorter one, is sunshine. Now I haven't seen the sun too much here while I've been here. And I just recently had a discussion in Puerto Rico, and we came to the conclusion that perhaps 1% of the year you don't see the sun at all during a day. So 99% of the days in Puerto Rico you have sunshine. Whether it's summer, whether it's winter, spring or fall, the seasons are not as present there as they are here in New York City. I'm from Germany, so I know what it is to have winters. And it's rare that we don't see the sun, and everybody's like, what happened today? The sun didn't come out. It's like a disaster almost. And if it gets down to 68 some nights, everybody's complaining how cold it is. What a cold winter we're having. We had a really cold winter this past winter. I think it went down to 68 several times at night. It was freezing. Alaska weather, you know. So many people took out their jackets and their boots, and because they have them and they wanted to show them, show and tell. And so the sun is very important, and we all know there's some nutrients that we're getting from the sun. The vitamin D. And what is vitamin D important for? For the bones, yes. For calcium, for the calcium to be fully absorbed and integrated into the bones. Vitamin D is essential. And the people who don't get much sunshine, very quickly, I have a client here in New York City, she just recently sent me an email, she said, I'm vitamin D deficient, what can I do? I said, well, get as much sun as you can. You absolutely need the vitamin D. Your body stores it. So at least in the summer month, or whenever you have sun, go into the sun when the sun is not the strongest. Because again, we don't want to get sunburned. Nobody wants to get sunburned. And in Puerto Rico, people get sunburned very quickly because it's so hot, and even half an hour sometimes for some that are very white, you go into the sun for half an hour and they can get sunburned very quickly. So I don't suggest to expose yourself to the sun when the sun is very strong, but rather in the morning hours, or here, now this time of the year, you could go in, of course, in the middle of the day to the sun to get the vitamin D. Also, vitamin D is important to strengthen your immune system. The immune system also is dependent on vitamin D, so sunshine. Let me tell you a joke. Larry goes to the doctor, and for his annual general examination, and after the doctor examines him very carefully, he says, Larry, you need to sit down for a moment, we need to talk. So he sits down, and the doctor says, you need to take 2 of these blue pills with a big glass of water in the morning. Then you need to take 3 of the red pills with a big glass of water. Can you still hear me in the back? Yeah?
No? Oh, we lost you.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
And in the evening, you need to take 3 of the purple pills. Now it's back. 3 of the purple pills with a big glass of water. So Larry looks at the doctor. He's kind of worried. He says, Doctor, that's an awful lot of pills that you asked me to take. What's wrong with me? The doctor says, well, Larry, I've been telling you this now for many times that I've been seeing you. You just don't drink enough water. And we all know how important it is to drink water, and yet many people, many of us, including myself at times, we don't drink the amount of water that we need to drink. Now, how much water do we need to drink? There's a rule. Does anybody know the general rule? Yes? Half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 140 pounds, you need 70 ounces a day. And it's wise not to drink more than 4 cups in an hour. Your kidneys may have to work too hard. So no more than 4 cups in an hour. And it's good to drink most of it in the morning to flush out the toxins. First, you brush your teeth well, clean your tongue, because a lot of the toxins are sitting on your tongue and your teeth. So clean your mouth, and then start drinking water. And it will help you to flush out more of the toxins that are in your system, as opposed to eating before you start drinking. And then you just drink drink 4 cups. I have a commitment to myself to drink 4 cups before I eat breakfast. I eat my breakfast, and then the other 2 to 4 cups I just drink close to my mealtime. So we don't recommend to drink while you're eating solid foods, because it dilutes your digestive juices and you don't digest food as well. So we suggest to drink before your meals, wait roughly 10-15 minutes, have your meals, and then wait, depending on what you ate, for 1-2 hours, sometimes 3 hours if it was a heavy meal, and then start drinking again. I suggest not to drink too much in the evenings, because you may have to go to the bathroom too many times at night and may keep you up at night too much.